Hi friends, welcome back to Rouse Rising. My name is Katie, and on this channel I share with you all about holistic homemaking, lifestyle, and parenting. We do a lot of meals made from scratch around here, but 6 weeks ago I had spine surgery and I have been recovering from that, and I've spent the better part of the last 3 years dealing with health issues, so life has just been a little bit crazy. But if you want to see all the made from scratch goodness, you can definitely check out some of my older videos. There is so much goodness to see in those videos, but right now we're in survival mode and I'm just doing what I can every day, chipping away at life and trying to heal my back so I can get back to normal. So here I am, probably doing a little bit more than I should be by stripping down and making my bed, but you can't stop this lady. She's gonna do what she's got to do as long as she can do it, and I can do it. I'm just dealing with a healing back, and so some days my back screams at me, hey lady, you're doing too much, and other days it still screams at me, hey lady, you're doing too much. So it doesn't matter what I do at this point in the healing process, it's probably too much. So trying to be better about allowing myself to heal. I've had a minor setback and I'm another week out from starting PT, but that's okay. We're just gonna take it as it comes. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys some meal preps. We've made some delicious desserts. We've made some delicious, nourishing meals. And we've also done a bit of online grocery delivery shopping. So I'm gonna share that with you too. As many of you are aware, the last week has been very traumatic. So in this video, you're gonna see a disheveled me who is grieving along with the rest of our nation. But we're just gonna leave it at that. And I hope that everybody is having the best week that they can. And leave a comment down below, say something encouraging, and let's just lift each other up. I hope you guys enjoy today's video. Life of a homeschool parent. There's pencils everywhere. We need to get more pencils because we're running a little bit low here, but this is what we made today. I threw together Mississippi pot roast on the live that I did today. If you guys want to see, go check it out. But I used my blender just now, not my blender, my hand mixer, and I just mixed up the meat. It was nice and tender. So now we've got shredded beef from that. We've got a lovely pot of rice and a lovely pot of steamed vegetables for dinner tonight. So we are going to assemble these little Mississippi pot roast bowls or plates. Do you guys want bowls? Would the little bowls be easier? Yeah. We'll make little pot roast bowls. Let me show you. This particular person requested that much of each portion, so that's what they're going to have for their dinner. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Those are our little rice meat bowls. Tonight, we're just having some chicken. We're going to chop it up, and we have a rice option. And we're also going to make some chicken Caesar salad. But this is an easy dinner, so just chicken. Going to chop it up on my cutting board and add it to some wraps. All right, friends, tonight we are having elk meat. I'm going to make taco meat with this elk. That's how we're going to eat on it for the next couple days. Tonight, we're going to make burritos with it. But look at how red, it's brown on the outside from thawing out, and it's totally fine. But right inside of it is bright, vibrant, delicious, amazing meat. Something we need to nourish and replenish with, because to me, elk meat represents freedom. The fact that we're able to go out here and hunt our own food still. That to me represents a sense of freedom. All right, we've got our elk meat cooked up. I added about 4 or 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. Now we're doing a generous sprinkling of Redmond's real salt, and we're just gonna put in the basic, what do you call them, taco seasonings. And I'm just probably gonna use a pre-mix because that's what I have the patience for right now. All right, so we got chili pepper, paprika, salt, onion, garlic. All right, so this is what we have going on. We've got rice, we've got beans, we've got corn with chili lime seasoning. We've got elk, which needs to be stirred because it's still on the hot stove, so it's still got a little dried out on top. There we go. Okay. And then we're just now starting to heat up our tortillas, and then we'll throw cheese, sour cream, salsa, whatever else the family wants on it. We don't have any fresh produce because we just got back into town, but that's what we're working with. Everybody's gonna eat a yummy burrito. It's gonna be delicious. All right, this is today's lunches for the kids. We've got a ham and cheese sandwich, some carrot sticks, an apple, a Go-Gurt, and a bag of chips for a treat. They might get a gummy pack or a fruit stick or something. I haven't gotten that far yet. Yep, so that's what we did. We did a fruit stick, a Go-Gurt down in there, apple, carrots, chips, and a sandwich. Okay, y'all. Bit of a mess today. We're gonna make it through. We're cooking. Alright, so we browned up the meat, and now we're throwing some onions in there. I'm still working on chopping them up, but we're just gonna throw some onions, potatoes, and carrots on top of all this meat. We're gonna put this in there and get that sauteed up too. This is cubed up meat, so we'll have some cubed, some in steaks. It's all going in the pot. It doesn't matter. All right, it's raining outside today. I've been distraught the last 24 hours. But we're cooking, so we're gonna make this food up. I'm gonna share with you what we're gonna have today, and we're gonna slow cook it because I've got appointments and things today. So we're just gonna throw this in the Instant Pot and move on with this portion of our day, make sure my family has a nourishing meal. So we've got the cubed up meat going in there. We've scraped up all of the brown bits off the bottom. We'll add a little bit of broth to this as well in a minute, but we're just gonna brown up this with our onions, get that cooking in there, and we'll add the other meat back in. All right, right now we have this on saute, but we're gonna cancel it. We're gonna check slow cook. We're gonna switch it over to the beef, and we're gonna hit start, and we're gonna take it off and keep warm, otherwise it doesn't cook it. This is all the meat in there. All the meat is in there now. Before we leave to take my one kiddo to his dental appointment, we will throw in some potatoes and stuff. But right now we're just gonna let this slow cook. Oh, I've got some beef broth right here. So just throw that in there, give it a little bit more flavor. Let that slow cook. The beef broth has salt in it, but we're also gonna add a little bit more salt. And I put 2 pats of butter in there earlier to get that going, but for now we're just gonna slow cook it. I don't really know what else to do, you guys. I could add tomatoes. You could add tomatoes to this. I mean, I don't know what to do. We're gonna make vegetable beef soup tomorrow with whatever's left over from today. So this is just our base. We're just getting our meat going. We'll have slow cooked chuck roast tonight with potatoes and carrots that we'll throw on top in a little bit. And then tomorrow we'll turn it all into soup. Feeling a little bit more put together after going to appointments and things like that. Still with a heavy, heavy heart after everything that's happened the last 4 days. It's truly what on earth has happened to humanity. But we're gonna eat today, so that's what we are gonna do. Eat, pray, sleep. I think that's what we all need to be focusing on right now as we go into these dark winter months. Yeah. All right, the little specks and flecks are the minerals from the Redmond's real salt that we sprinkled on top of this. So we just salted the potatoes and baby carrots. I had a bag. The kids have been eating baby carrots like crazy. So we had a couple of random bags that had some baby carrots in the bottom, and threw those in. Threw in a little bit more. One of the kids didn't eat theirs for lunch, so we'll sprinkle those around in on top too. There we go. Maybe we'll eat a big old bowl of root vegetables tonight and find some comfort in some comfort food. Kids are watching Snow White. Annika just ripped off her toenail, through it with the pantry door. And so we're watching Snow White. We got all of our school done. It's 11:53. Everybody's schoolwork is done for the day, except for maybe some additional reading, but we're just taking a break, trying to get the house all sorted. I baked 1 loaf of bread and I really messed it up, and it was still doughy enough that we are turning it into pizza dough. So right now we have a Mexican pizza in there. Hagen Hagen, the responsible woman of the house, is making the correct loaf of bread. So that's what we're getting into today. We're just cooking. We're baking up this pizza, Mexican pizza down here. I think it's almost ready to come out of there. We're just using the ingredients left over from last night. We had taco elk, which I'll show you. We have taco elk meat. I don't know if I showed you the burritos. Actually, we didn't have this last night, the night before last. So we've got elk taco meat, corn, beans, and all of that is sprinkled with some salsa onto dough and then popped into the oven. And it's gonna be with cheese, of course, and hopefully it's delicious. We'll see. The kids wanted to try it out, and I didn't have pizza ingredients, or I do, but they're frozen, or I have to open up a new jar of spaghetti sauce. Anyways, don't have mozzarella. We had Mexican style cheese, so I was like, hey, we've got stuff to make Mexican pizza, so that's what we'll do. Other than that, we're about to do a full-on house cleanup because the house is a disaster. The house is a disaster.
Hi.
Bodie's over there. So, here we go. We're whistling while we work. I forgot to add yeast, okay? That's what happened. And then when I remembered to add yeast, it was too late. So we redid the dough, we redid all the things, and tried to redo it effectively, to which we didn't. And so now it's pizza. So hopefully the pizza turns out. All right, I'm gonna pull this out of the oven. Had to taste test it to make sure it's not poisonous. So there was actually a piece that messed up right there. So I just pulled that chunk out and we taste tested it. At least I did. That was my sample. That's all I'm gonna eat of this. The kids are gonna eat the rest.
What's a sample?
A little taste. Or a little bit of something.
Mom, that looks so awesome.
Ooh, I'm glad. I had a little sample of it and it tasted pretty good.
Have a piece?
Yeah, look, we're get a little plate. Alrighty, we DoorDash some groceries. Appreciate it so much. And it's helping me out because we are out of milk and stuff. We're gonna unload these and cut up some bread.
I made it.
Made by Hagen because I botched the first loaf. Hey, right here we have a really easy grocery haul from Instant Cart. Or from Safeway is where they got these groceries from. So we've got a stalk of celery. The kids can eat this with their peanut butter or their almond butter if they want to. They can just eat on some celery. It's a nice snack. Hummus, all the good things. A big old bag of peeled baby carrots. We can eat those in 2 days. Organic Valley Farms whole milk. And then another one. We got 2 of those because I don't know when we're going to get back to Costco. Again, Aaron has some days off coming up, but we need to do a lot of work around here and get our shed and garage organized because life is life. And we need to do that before winter comes. So anyways, don't know when we're going to get to Costco. I'm struggling with my back recovery, so I'm trying to stay home and just rest as much as I can because I've overdone it. You guys were right. I've overdone it. All right, we've got some cottage cheese here. Aaron uses that for a variety of things. A variety of recipes that he likes and that the children like as well. We got some bananas. Oh, I didn't realize I got organic bananas. I normally don't get organic bananas because they got a peel on them. You take the peel off and you eat the banana inside. But anyways, I think I meant to get organic strawberries, but they didn't have them. And so he substituted the normal strawberries, which was fine because you can choose whether or not they substitute or not. And actually, they didn't ask about strawberries. They asked about a couple other things. So got a 3-pack of garlic. I thought I got 2 cucumbers. I'm going to need to check my grocery list because I feel like I'm missing some things. This was $100 worth of groceries. I feel like that's insanely expensive. Back here, got the Always Fresh blackberries. 2 packs of those. We're going to make some I made it a few videos back, but we're gonna make some corn masa cake, and you put sugar and cornstarch, I think, on the berries, and you coat the berries in sugar and cornstarch, and then you put those in the masa, and it is so yummy. If you don't coat them in cornstarch and stuff, then what happens is all the juice just goes into your corn masa, and you don't really have like a jelly, not jelly, but anyways, we're going to see how that works out. We're going to try that again. I got 2 packs of those, but we'll eat some, and then we'll make the corn masa bread, corn masa cake in a tiny little mini cast iron skillet. Maybe that'll be in this video. 1 cucumber, a bag of red seedless grapes. I already said blueberries, 2 little baby watermelons. These have been tasting better than the large watermelons that are mealy. We just cut them up really small, and we eat 1 watermelon at a time, and the other one just sits out or sits in the fridge, whatever. And then we don't have to deal with the gigantic watermelons, because that's a thing when you only have 1 refrigerator. But one day, when we settle down, we'll have a garage fridge again. But not while we're renting. It's too much of a headache. Or maybe we will. We'll see. Time will tell. Are we going to get another refrigerator? Who knows? Chobani, Greek yogurt, vanilla. Just because. The kids like yogurt, and until we can get back to get our other kind of yogurt, that's what we'll get, and it's yummy. And we go through one of these, basically when the kids want yogurt, we can kill one of those. So we just get the large one. We have a couple individual yogurts we'll save for the kids' lunches this week. And then I don't even remember adding these to my cart, but apparently I did. And then Hagen said that the guy said, because I was laying down resting when he showed up, and they said he didn't get the big pack. There's a big pack and a small pack. I don't remember putting the pack in my cart. So somehow I must have clicked that, and then I verified order, and it never even came through. But I did get that a few weeks ago in a larger pack, and that is on my previously ordered thing from Instacart. So maybe I accidentally punched the button and put that in there. But now that I can make oatmeal and I'm on my feet, the kids don't need that kind, because we have organic quick oats from Azure Standard that we use that cook up pretty quickly. All right, there's our grocery haul. It was around $100, plus I gave a $20 tip. $20 tip for them driving it all the way out here. Plus there's a long distance fee and some other kind of service fee. So that was totaled about $9. So I paid $29 to have somebody deliver groceries to me, plus the cost of the groceries. But that's the world that we're in right now, or the state that this mama's in. And I want to thank the subscriber that gave us a DoorDash gift certificate. Thank you so much. That really helps us out, because I wouldn't do this for myself. But the fact that you have done this for me, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brenda, for sending us the DoorDash credit so that we could get some groceries. And that has just helped me out so much to have somebody else do the grocery shopping and deliver it to me. I'm struggling. I thought I was doing great. I was doing too much. And now I realize that I was doing too much. So now I'm not doing anything. I'm standing up right now, walking around, but the kids are going to put these groceries away for me. And they did a great job. Look around. The house is all clean. It's beautifully clean. They've earned their game time. The house is neat and tidy. They did all their schoolwork. They haven't had their devices, and they don't have their own devices, but we have a few devices to play on and do activities on. Anyways, I've had those stored away in a bin for a few weeks. And today was the day we got school started. We've been really focused on school. And then this week has been a challenging, emotional week. And so we've taken it easy. We've still gotten all of our schoolwork done. But we've also had open conversations about what's going on in the world. Appropriate, age-appropriate conversations about that. And yeah, it's crazy. It's been a crazy week. So made Mexican pizza today. We have leftover stew for dinner. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go lay back down because my back is screaming. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's not messed up, but we're gonna go lay down. But first, bread. And it's still a little bit warm, but the crumb is good. Crumb is good. It's a delicious bread. The recipe is excellent. We haven't been adding oats. We'll probably re-add, ooh, there's some deer in the woods. We'll probably start adding oats again soon. I just haven't wanted to deal with the bucket, but we'll start adding them again soon. All right, we make our own brown sugar, and I don't know the measurements. We just pour from our bottle of molasses because molasses is full of iron. So it's got black strap molasses has 4.7 milligrams, which is 25% of your daily value. So when we're making cookies and stuff, we make our own brown sugar, and we're making chocolate chip cookies. And I don't have to show you guys how we do this, but we're gonna make a double recipe today using the recipe on the back of the bag. And we're gonna make a double. And then we freeze the, what is this? Cookie mix into balls of dough to make cookies whenever we want to. We just pull out the balls of dough and stick them on a cookie sheet and bake them. So we make a double batch so that way we can have cookies for the next month or so.
It smells good.
It's a strong smell, isn't it? The molasses, but it makes, yeah, it doesn't smell good, but it makes a really good cookie. So we'll just get it really well incorporated. We're just gonna let this mix here for a few minutes. Just have to get the butter off of it. that our cookie dough is all ready, I got cookie scoopers. One's bigger, one's smaller. I tend to go with the smaller one for cookie balls. But we'll see. Anyways, yeah, it's all done. Okay, we're gonna make our new favorite obsession, or not obsession, but our new favorite treat, and it's corn masa cake with blackberries. So the first thing you have to do is coat your blackberries in sugar and cornstarch and flour so that when they cook in the oven, they get kind of a jelliness to them and they don't just release all the juice into the cornbread. You want to keep that juice around the berry. Some recipes call for cornstarch, some recipes call for flour. So what are we doing here, Annika?
I don't know.
We're gonna put a little bit of sugar on there first, and then we're gonna go, this is flour, sugar, and cornstarch, because I couldn't decide, and so when I can't decide, I just do everything. So we're just gonna coat these in this. We're gonna let them sit in there for a little while. Get coated. All right, we've got them all coated, and then over here we're starting out with 1 cup of flour plus 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. We're gonna give 1 cup of masa. This is white corn masa. All right, so now we're gonna go in with 1/4 teaspoon salt. Doesn't seem like quite enough, so I'm gonna put a little bit more in there, and then we're gonna go in with 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 2 of that, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and before baking season starts, go ahead and pick you up a big old bag of that from Azure, or what was it, half a teaspoon? I think it's half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then 1/3 cup of sugar. We're gonna do a little extra. Because we are making this like a dessert cake. Once you do that, we also need to melt some butter, so we're gonna melt some butter in our skillet, put our skillet in the oven, so I will show you that whole process. This is now mixed up. We're gonna make a well in the middle so that we can put our wet ingredients in there. All right, so we're gonna have 1 cup of milk here, and you can use buttermilk. I'm just using almond milk. 1 egg, and we're gonna do some vanilla extract. And I need to melt some butter. Here we go, we got 1 stick of butter melting in our skillet to grease our skillet, and then we're gonna pour that butter into our mix, which is back over here. We're gonna mix it up with our milk and stuff. I imagine you could use something else like coconut oil, but we're gonna use butter. that was pretty much an experiment, and I gotta figure out what to do with the berries. They didn't quite do what I thought they were gonna do. So anyways, we're still gonna eat this. It's still gonna be delicious. Don't put flour and cornstarch and sugar on your berries. Maybe just cornstarch. Either way, I thought they were gonna burst open and have more juice than that and make it like a jelly, but it didn't. We're gonna eat it like this though with some ice cream on top.